Now take a look at activity 2 for week 13. We're going to choose a program. I've chosen SketchUp. It's the one that I don't work in as much, so I think it'll be good for me to practice a little SketchUp. I do know that with the 3D warehouse, I can get tons of professional models if I need them. So that takes care of this first part. I've chosen SketchUp as my tool that I'm going to use. And so now I need to create a conceptual mass model of the site. That's the ground that's already there, or it's the ground and sort of what the things look like as you go, and it should have the buildings. Now, I'm going to show you a version that I haven't given you the option of doing. This is a different one that I'm going to show you. But you'll go through the same steps and do something for your choice of which site plan you choose to do. So I'll create a conceptual mass model of the site, and then I'll create a few views to let me have kind of an idea of what that site is like. So here we go. I've done this in my VMware. And let's go to my plan of action. That was the first thing. So I imported the image of the site. That's the first thing to do. And then I needed to scale it so that it was approximately the right size. And it's not perfect, but it's close. If I were to say dimension this from this point to this point, I'd get something close, I think. I got 133 feet instead of 131 feet. Plenty close enough. Just something that's somewhat near. So I cut and pasted. I imported my image in, and then I scaled it to the approximate size. And then after that, you'll be able to see what I've done here is I went to each of these little corner spots and I drew upward to whatever the elevation said that it was. Now, yours may or may not have elevations on it. If you don't want to do quite that much work, you could leave this all flat if you wanted. Oops. And I see that there's a few things for me to clean up. Parking. I need to remove all of this stuff. I need to hide that in this view, and then I need to update it. I think I've done a lot of that, but I've forgotten to update it. Remember, you always have to press the update button if you want to do that. So let me go hide. Come on, I know I can do that. Hide, right click, update. So this lets me know what I've done here. This is my plan of action. Import the image, scale it, create vertical lines at the corners. Then before I kind of make all of my little surfaces, my plan was to create the building pads and then create the surfaces by making all these little triangles where it looked like it would go, because this is not flat. Now, if you want to forego that, it would be okay. And then I made blocks to show the buildings. And remember, mine is a little bit different. This is not one of the choices that you had, but you could do a similar type thing. And this is make that plan. Okay. Before I do it, import my layout of what you propose to model, one of the ones that you've already chosen, and then annotate it. So that's what I've done here. Now, my next one, I've got too much showing here too. So I need to undo that one. Hide. And I need to hide my parking. Remember when you do, see, I hate it when I do that. And parking. Hide those, then right click to update it so that it keeps it there. That way, when you go back and forth, any of those things that popped up in the meantime have gone away, right? And so this is my new site layout. In the one that I've chosen, there's an innovation center up near the front. There's three plexes. So this is going to have 9 new dwellings at 650 square feet each. They're considered for 2 people. So this would provide housing for 18 people. And in the one that I chose to do, again, it's not one of yours, I chose that it was going to keep the existing dwellings. So now this has 18, 19, 20, about room for 25 people on this lot, plus the Innovation Center. And as if I look back at what was going to happen in the plan that I chose, one person out of each of these would be offered a space to work in the innovation / incubation center. So that's what I'm talking about of make a mass model, right? Create a mass model of the site. And again, it's very conceptual. There's not much going on. There's just little blocks and things showing, and it's a very simple one that we will continue to develop as we go through the next couple of weeks. And then when we looked at this, it makes some new views, ensure that there's sufficient detail. So one of the views that you might do is a parking view. Okay, and again, I have too much. I have some things showing here that I'm going to hide. And I think I've got this in the wrong. So I just want those two to go away, and then I'll update that. And then I think this is about how I wanted it to look. There we go. And it shows that I'm going to remove that road, put new access road along the back. This is where the parking for group 1 and group 2 housing would be. This is for group 3 and the existing. And it's noting that the parking for the Innovation Center would be across the road. So now I need to update that. Other ones that you might put in would be some planting plans, some landscaping plans. Parking plans are very good. Drainage plans are good. If there's a community garden in yours, maybe some other things that would be helpful and useful. But at least you should have, at a minimum, 3 scenes laid out. And if you want to, you can put some of these scenes into different styles. Remember, if you show your tray and go to the styles, there are, let's look at the default styles. Like there's that one that we could use, or maybe the construction version, or shaded with textures. You can choose any number of these for your basic style that you're going to use, just to show what's going on. Or you could go into one of these different assorted styles. That one, yeah, that's pretty hard to see things. These ones are fairly hard to see what's going on. So these ones maybe are not quite so good for what we're trying to show. Really trying to get some of the ideas across. Maybe a little too bold. That one's not too bad. Really, the default styles, I think, might be the best for what you're going to use. Something that shows things plain and easy and simple. And remember, you always have to update if you make a change. So there we go. That is your activity 2. Choose a program. In my case, I chose Sketchup. Create a mass model of the site. Just have the basic parts on it in cylinders and cubes and rectangles and blocks, and then create some views that identify important aspects of the site and really think these things through. Again, I don't want to give you a full, complete example because I want you to be using your skills that you've developed, and I'm not showing you exactly how to do things because, again, this is for you to develop those skills. If you have questions, you can always ask me during office hours or during one of the labs. So there you go. That is Activity 2, Week 13.